Growing up, I always loved cars. There's something about being a part of the road and the exhilarating speed that takes me away from this planet and into a space of my own. In a way, it's a feeling that I've tried to recreate with the Whisky Baron. Welcome to Where Whisky Meets Lifestyle, a very exciting new series we are launching where we're going to be collaborating with some fantastic brands that share the same values as us here at the Whisky Baron. Today we are visiting a fantastic company, the Pembleton Motor Company, for a long overdue visit. We started speaking with them about 4 years ago. Obviously the pandemic hit, everything went chaos. Finally, we're here to have a little look around, have a test drive of some of their fantastic cars and see what they're up to. So let's get involved. Johnny.
Hi.
How's it going, bud? Oh, wow.
How you doing?
Nice to see you, bud. Sorry. Look at this. They look amazing.
It's not bad, is it? Not bad, not what you expect to see.
Well, last time we were here, it was just the silver model. I haven't seen any color on any of them. This looks like a showroom model, you know?
This is our
fully spec'd.
Our first painted demonstrator. So yeah, it's lovely to see such a nice reaction to it, to be honest.
It's beautiful. Wow. I mean, I love the silver. There's something quite like rough, ready and rugged and cool. And it's got that old school vintagey style to it. But yeah, there's something about this that really brings it into the 21st century, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, I mean, that's basically what we're all about. Vintage with a bit of a modern twist.
Well, look, we've been absolutely buzzing to get back down to you. Obviously, last time we visited, it was just a 3-wheel model that you had.
Yeah.
Okay, and since you finally finished, wow, it is a beauty, the 4-wheel. Tell us a little bit about this one.
The sort of thought process behind it was there are vintage 3-wheeled cars out there being made brand new, but we don't actually know of any 4-wheeled cycle cars truly vintage inspired. They're out there, so you know it was a bit of a step into the unknown, but it's gone really well since launch, and numbers are up, people are interested, and yeah, it's been a hit. So
not surprising. It's stunning. It's got that sort of almost chitty bang bang-esque style, but just sleeker and faster, and it fits into the 21st century. There's something about it that really does jump out as quite modern and slick as well, do you know?
Yeah.
It's
well, yeah, that's what we're going for. So
you've hit it on the head. Yeah, I love it, absolutely. Okay, so today we're going to be able to drive one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can get in, have a spin.
Amazing. Oh, I feel like a kid in a candy shop, to be honest, mate. This is very exciting stuff.
I mean, I get to drive them daily, and I still get excited.
It doesn't wear off.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I can imagine. Very good. All right, cool. Should we get going?
Yeah.
We hopped in the car and headed for a remote point in the countryside. Along the way, I really started to appreciate the sleek lines and vintage-inspired chassis that the Pembleton boasts. So elegant and timeless. Whilst I would usually be an impatient passenger, I actually found myself thoroughly enjoying the ride and almost forgetting what we had come to do. I felt like Miss Daisy, sat in the lap of luxury with not a care in the world. We stopped off on the way and Johnny passed us over to the managing director, Guy, who is also the son of Pembleton's founder and my co-pilot for the day. And if you think that at this point my excitement would start to abate, you'd be wrong. Guy pulled into a turnoff before handing me the keys and switching seats. The engine roared up under us as my inner child giggled with glee, and with a quick lesson in the Pembleton's gears, we were off.
bored of that. It's just so good.
I genuinely don't. Doesn't get better, does it?
Just beautiful.
That noise, these views.
It's the feel as well. You can feel the noise under you. It's just, it's the corner. You can feel yourself lean in with the car.
Yeah.
It's like you're gliding along the road. You can't explain it, can you? The snap between gears as well.
Yeah.
I think it's the snap between second and third. What does it for me is just that.
It's almost like sequential box.
It really does, it kicks in all of a sudden. Woo! It's like unleashing the beast.
I think it's my favourite gear, as you say, you just go straight back.
So how long have you had the company up and running then?
So, founded in 1999.
1999, okay.
Yeah, and I came into it in 2015. And so at that point we kind of had a bit of a change of approach. So we wanted to keep the fundamentals of what we found made the car and the brand special. Yeah, ultimately we wanted to make it every part brand new, turnkey cars, sort of made at the factory, and yeah, gone from there really. Yeah, it's all about, as I say, the overall feeling, experience, and how it sort of puts down the power and the way it sort of presents itself.
And this is the thing, like, I'm such a petrol head, and I've always been like accused of having too much of a lead foot. You're driving something like this, 30 miles an hour, it feels like you're going so much faster. You can feel the road.
100%.
So the enjoyment is so much more, I think.
Definitely. I mean, that's what it's all about, and I was saying to you earlier, it's for us, it's trying to create something that you can just have genuine fun, and you can go at 30 mile an hour and feel like you're going 60. I think one of the most ironic things for me as well, just thinking about it now, literally the thing that we do as our job, building these things, and sort of the stress of running a business and managing all that, the irony is that when I'm in it, it's probably the only time I don't actually think about that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Same as us, it's like all this stress around the releases, like I say, our Christmas release not happening and all this. And it's just stress, and then you get a really good dram in your hand, and it all just goes out the window.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
Sort of, all the senses really. I mean, you feel everything. It's so lightweight.
It really is very lightweight.
You feel it, don't you? Sort of in the steering and that responsiveness as well. And you put your foot down.
It really does. Yeah. I mean, that is just. I don't think that would ever get boring.
Whilst I did continue to look for any plausible reason to put my foot down, we eventually decided that continuing our conversation without the rumble of the engine might be more productive. I begrudgingly pulled off the road, but was happy to pull into the beautiful and serene scenes of Hopton Court Estate.
How about that?
Good enough.
Just a bit.
Enjoy it.
Absolutely amazing, mate. Wow. I don't want to get out, but we probably should. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just amazing. You really feel like you're a part of the road, Going around the bends, it's just... Well done.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You and the Pembleton team know what you are doing. I am, really special, that is. Yeah. I don't think I've ever smiled so much consistently. For no reason, other than just pure enjoyment. It really is that. It's that feeling of being a kid. There's nothing else that you could say now to get across to people who haven't driven this car how it feels, other than, driving a go-kart when you're a kid.
I think, as you say, sort of when we first met, you obviously hadn't driven one before, not really knowing what to expect, but you get out there and it is different. It's hard to sort of put into words, but...
So this is the 4-wheel model.
Yeah, T24.
You started with the 3-wheel model.
Yeah.
Which you're saying a good bit faster just because it's that much lighter?
Yes, about 60 kilos lighter.
Okay.
So you do feel that bit of difference.
Other than that, is there any key differences between the vehicles?
Yeah, I think there's a different sort of almost mentality between the two. I mean, this is definitely fun is again the word I'd use, but I think the thing about the V Sport, our freewheeler, I don't know what it is, but there's something about that just shouts it more. It's almost like a statement of,
Okay.
I just want to have fun.
For sure.
There are quite a few differences between the two models, but fundamentally they share the same thing, which is what we always want to do, and that's just create something that gives you as much fun as you possibly can have.
The enjoyment of driving, yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah.
It really does take you back to the heart
Yeah.
of it. I mean, one thing I'd like to know, because I want one, is how much is it?
So obviously it depends on the specs and how far you want to go.
Okay.
The three-wheel version comes at 27,995 plus the VAT, so you're looking at sort of 32,500.
Okay.
The T24 we got here, 32,995 plus the VAT.
Very competitive.
So yeah, both very sort of comfortably sort of you get them 40,000 and a really nice spec.
Oh, to a high, and you were saying the standard spec is 750?
Yeah, so we do 750 option as standard on the T24. We also offer an 850. It doesn't sound like a lot, it's only 100cc, but when you consider it's only 360 kilograms,
Really makes that big difference.
Yeah, massively. So you go from like 144 brake horsepower per tonne to about 214.
Wow, okay, yeah, big
you wouldn't
jump.
think it, you think 100cc.
No, doesn't make too much difference.
1,000cc, but yeah, and that's what it's about again.
1,000cc though, it would almost take away from what you're trying to achieve
Exactly,
and
yeah.
take off into the abyss. Yeah, no.
And that is exactly it, going back to sort of how to achieve what we want, which is creating that thing that's just fun, and you can almost take away from it. You give it too much power and suddenly nothing works.
It becomes a
works
whole
anymore.
different, no.
The whole point is it's about pulling it all together, getting the right steering, the right sensitivity, the right size engine, and I think you can ruin it by just putting an engine that's too big.
I agree. This is not what it's about. And like I was saying anyway, you feel like you're flying down the road, so what's an extra few miles an hour going to do? You know, it's not going to add to the enjoyment. Definitely. If anything, it'll just make it a bit more dangerous. Well, I love it. Absolutely fantastic. And you're saying less than 100 on the road, so really, really small batch stuff. And how many are you making a year at the minute, roughly?
It's only 10 a year.
Only 10 a year.
Yeah. It's all about the experience. I mean, at the end of the day, we're building a car for the customer. So we don't just want to go, here's one.
It's a whole experience. It's like it really is amazing. I've never driven anything. I've never even seen anything like this, you know. It's phenomenal stuff. I think this is why I see your vision and I love what you do, because it's a very different field, but it's kind of the same as what we do.
Yeah.
You know, you've taken something that is timeless and classic and vintage and fucking cool, and you've put this cool modern twist on it and made it accessible and interesting and exciting and kind of reinvigorated it, right? And that's kind of what I try and do with whiskey. You know, I don't think I've managed to do it quite as well as you have with the cars,
I'm
but
not sure about that.
you know, there's something about that. I think it's really, really special. What's sort of on the roadmap for you guys?
There will be new things to come, but yeah, it's one of those. Just me personally, and I think a lot of the people that are at Pembleton are all the same, and we've all got that drive, that want to take things further or do new things, and we're never fully happy.
For sure.
Isn't by any means sort of saying the cars aren't as good as they could be. It's just we just want to go more and more.
You know, trying to find points. You asked me earlier, what would you change about the car?
Yeah.
And I've really thought about this.
Yeah.
Throughout the driving experience, standing here, I was chatting to Stevie a bit ago. I don't think I would change anything, Guy. Like, I see this as, I would love to be able to take my dog out in it.
Yeah.
Because I can see his ears flapping in the wind. So maybe I'd have, instead of a boot, a little cutout where Trigger can sit in the back.
The boot comes out there, so I reckon you'd be all right.
I reckon he could fit in, so maybe
Although
have that.
He's pretty big, isn't he?
He's a big boy. Maybe I need to sort of, a one-seater with a big bit for a Doberman, I don't know. Yeah. But other than that, it's just so beautiful. I don't think there's anything. You've really hit and I'm like, I can be very judgmental. So if there was anything I didn't like, I would probably be a little bit too honest. But well done. And thank you so much for letting us drive it, for coming down, and what a day. I really, really have enjoyed myself. One thing that we haven't really talked about at all today is whiskey. And this is the thing, when you've got a beautiful car like this in front of you, I wouldn't want to drink a whiskey because I'd want to be driving it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
That's
That is
it.
the
I'm
only
not
problem.
interested. I'll have a whiskey once
Yeah.
I'm in at night and this is all wrapped up nicely in my shed and I've driven a few hundred miles, you know. Who can think about a whiskey when you've got something like this in front of you, you know? Well, look, Guy, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure driving this. I wish I could take it home with me. But really appreciate you guys showing us around and giving us a chance to drive it. And I mean, couldn't have a better setting. We've driven into Hopton Court here at the end. Absolutely beautiful scenery here. So thank you very much to Hopton Court for having us and to Pembleton Motors.
Yeah.
Guy, we're really excited to see what's coming next. So
pleasure.
congratulations on everything you've done thus far.
No, thank you. I've enjoyed it.